Hello, warriors. It's me, Linda B. Thank you all so much for joining me here today. We got a lot to cover today. We have a lot, so I got to get right into it. Hopefully, you guys are having a great week thus far, a day before Friday. Welcome, everyone. We're going to go ahead and get started with prayer. We got to cover this whole Matt Gaetz thing. You know, he withdrew his nomination, and we got to go over this whole thing. So, Father God, we just thank you so much for your grace, your mercy, Father. We ask that your perfect will be done in this nation, Lord. God, we are just asking you to completely dismantle the evil powers that wish to throw us into an atheistic communist society, and that your perfect will be done, that you protect all people that you will use for your glory to turn this nation back to you. We pray for international revival in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, we're going to get into it. So we're going to go ahead and get into some things right now. Hopefully you guys are having a good week so far. So I'm going to go ahead and get started because we got to cover this whole Matt Gaetz thing. Okay. You can see my screen right here. Now it says Matt Gaetz was investigated for sex trafficking, and this is all allegedly. Was investigated for sex trafficking and having, relations with a minor. During the investigations into these claims, another individual by the name of Joel Greenberg, a former Seminole County tax collector, ended up being charged and convicted of multiple federal crimes, including sex trafficking of a minor. A handwritten note by Joel Greenberg was discovered in which he plotted to implicate Matt Gaetz in those illegal activities. His hope for a get out of jail free card. Joel Greenberg was sentenced to 11 years after cooperating with a federal probe into Matt Gaetz. Matt was never charged, but it doesn't matter. The media still had to take him out because he was an existential threat to the Democrats. Whoops, just like Joel's secret note, the cat was out of the bag on the media's efforts. The swamp's game is up. So, okay. Matt Gaetz was, so-called implicated. There was this man by the name that I was just talking about, Joel Greenberg. Joel Greenberg was a tax collector in Seminole County, Florida. He got into some major trouble. And he was convicted, but he pled guilty. Joel Greenberg pled guilty to charges against him, which included all the things he was trying to accuse Matt Gaetz of. Go figure, the sex trafficking, inappropriate relations with a minor, all of that, and other things as well. This list is long on this Joel Greenberg. So he pled guilty, but prosecutors said, if you plead guilty, I want you to get some information on Matt Gaetz. And I hope I'm saying this right. And he implicated Joel Greenberg implicated Matt Gaetz. He made it up, as I just read. And Joel Greenberg has a history of false accusations. He has a history of false accusations. But I'm going to go ahead and play this little clip. This is about CNN and its propaganda right now.
Oh no. Okay,
can you define propaganda? I think I know, but how is it? What's the mechanism?
If the agenda is to get Matt Gaetz right now, he's this Republican, he's a problem for the Democratic Party because he's so conservative, right? And he can cause a lot of hiccups in passing of laws. So it would be great for the Democratic Party to get him out. So we're going to keep running those stories to keep hurting him and make it so that it can't be buried and just settled outside of court and just if we keep pushing that, it's helping us. That's propaganda. It's helping us in some way.
All right, so I just wanted to play that for you because of all the things that are out here about Matt Gaetz, and it just looks like this was not legitimate. The Department of Justice themselves found the witnesses against Matt Gaetz, which one of them was supposedly 17 years old at the time, found these girls not credible. They just found them not credible. And the person who implicated Matt Gaetz, Joel Greenberg, was accused of doing the very same things. And he also falsely accused a teacher. So, it's just pretty interesting how all these things just keep popping up. But I'm going to share this article with you right now. It says, now this is an article from, it's a little old. It's from May 21st of 21. It says, Brian Boutte had been a teacher for almost 2.5 decades when he got the idea on his head to run for local office. A week after Boutte filed his paperwork to run for tax collector of Seminole County, Florida, the school where he'd worked for 17 years, he received an anonymous letter falsely accusing him of an improper relationship with a student. Soon, sock puppet accounts appeared online parroting the same lie. Boutte went on administrative leave, and 2 weeks later, an investigation by the Seminole County Sheriff's Department cleared his name. Boutte went back to work and kept campaigning. It would take almost 8 months before local police and later federal investigators would unravel the scheme and ultimately arrest the man responsible for spreading those lies, Joel Greenberg. Joel Greenberg, the Seminole County tax collector, was the one that Boutte sought to unseat. So Joel Greenberg went after this teacher because that teacher was his political opponent and tried to take his seat. And it says, Joel Greenberg, the Seminole County tax collector, Boutte sought to unseat. In addition to attempting to smear Boutte as a pervert and a racist, Greenberg was later accused of a host of other crimes, 33 in total, including using driver's licenses confiscated by his office, embezzling, diverting nearly $500,000 taxpayer dollars to purchase cryptocurrency and sports memorabilia, defrauding a COVID relief program. It was many months before Boutte realized the investigation that started with Greenberg's false accusations against him would ultimately threaten to take down a sitting congressman and one of former President Trump's closest allies on Capitol Hill, Florida Representative Matt Gaetz. And it says Joel Greenberg pled guilty to 6 charges, including sex trafficking of a minor, aggravated identity theft, wire fraud, stalking, conspiracy. Greenberg, who faces a mandatory minimum sentence of 12 years, has signed through his lawyer that he is now cooperating with government prosecutors to bring charges against Gaetz, who is now reportedly under investigation for his relationship with the same 17-year-old. Greenberg pled guilty to trafficking, and Gaetz maintains his innocence. And then, ultimately this man was cleared. So you see, this Greenberg man has a history of falsely accusing people. So the Department of Justice had to just not pursue this thing with Matt Gaetz, but the media is not letting it go. So they got to keep pushing it and pushing it and pushing it and making it hard. And so ultimately, what happened, Matt Gaetz withdrew his nomination. But the good thing is that Donald Trump, he's on top of things now. He's on top of things. He probably had a ram in the bush, so to speak, because, things got to keep going. And so I guess his ram in the bush might be his next pick. Pam Bondi is an absolute warrior when it comes to illegal immigration. They're all going back. So this is it says Trump Attorney General, I think is her. That she's going to be the next one. It says future Attorney General Pam Bondi masterfully defended President Trump at the sham impeachment trial and exposed the fact that Hunter and Joe Biden took bribes and all this stuff, allegedly from Ukraine. So that might be the ram in the bush right there. There's another person that he's looking at, and these people have to be confirmed. He'll probably have a lot easier time pushing her through. And then I just wanted to read you this short little thing from President Trump, if I can find it. It was just a little note that he sent out. It says, I greatly appreciate the recent efforts of Matt Gaetz in seeking approval to be Attorney General. He was doing very well, but at the same time did not want to be a distraction for the administration, for which he has much respect. Matt has a wonderful future, and I look forward to watching all of the great things that he will do. So again, Matt Gaetz withdrew his nomination for Attorney General. So that was a lot. I was just trying to get you guys kind of updated on all of this. It's absolutely crazy. the world that we live in. People looking to get dirt on somebody else, and none of it's credible. These witnesses, because you're talking about the Department of Justice under Biden and Garland. If they really had some dirt on Matt Gaetz, they would certainly go after him. But even for them, you know, this guy Greenberg is not credible. The other witnesses are not credible, especially since Greenberg has a history of, you know, false accusations, the same kind that he accused or implicated or tried to accuse Matt Gaetz of. So it's absolutely crazy. So in any event, it looks like the Department of Justice said that, you know, this is not credible. You can't really go, I guess even they couldn't even go after someone with that little bit of evidence. But the next thing I wanted to share with you is this rapper. I don't even know that, you know, I'm not good with my rappers. Okay. His name is Lord Jamar, and he's on the Art of Dialogue. And he is talking about the election, you know, the results of the election, talking about Kamala Harris, Donald Trump. And I just thought that this would be interesting for you guys to actually hear. And so I am going to play this for you now. And we're going to listen to what this man has to say. So he's speaking out on Donald Trump winning and reveals the truth about other things. Okay.
Force it in there. Now we know that Hollywood is very much with the left and the Democratic Party and the progressive. They're the ones pushing this. That's why they were able to get so many.
Okay. So he does have foul language, but they muted it out, but you can still kind of tell what he's saying. So my apologies, just in case you have sensitive ears.
Celebrities to come out for her, you know, even though they weren't cheap, and we'll get to that. Yeah, these guys just went too hard with this progressive woke and I feel like I felt that going around in the community, not only on social media, but when I would talk to Black people in my everyday life, nobody was with the Kamala nonsense that they was trying to shove down our throats. Like, we just wasn't buying it. Like, they were trying to tell us Trump is bad. He's so bad. But it's just like, I feel like she's worse. And everybody was just feeling that way. And I saw it. And they didn't want to acknowledge it. They, instead of listening to our concerns, they wanted to try to shame us, talk to us and talk down to us, bring out your boy Barry to fucking cross his arms and, you know, and try to scold Black men in America and act like it was because misogyny and all of these other labels that they try to put on us was the reason that we weren't behind her. Not the fact that she was just a weak candidate that did not answer questions, not the fact that the Democratic Party has moved, you know, so far left and has actually become the party of the elites. They have become the party that supports this elitist mind frame, this Bill Gates, you know, view of the world where there needs to be a certain section of the population and, you know, and then we need to control them and control what they say and all this shit about misinformation and all.
He's hidden everything in this video, guys. That's why I wanted to share it with you. And this, again, his name is Lord Jamar. He's a rapper. I'm not familiar with him, but he's speaking about Donald Trump and his winning and everything. And yeah, he was talking at the beginning about how Hollywood and the Democrats want to shove certain alternative lifestyles down our throat. And I couldn't agree more. And they want to, he called Obama Barry. Oh my goodness.
All this bullshit and censoring people's social media and all of that type of shit. That was all those guys. That was all the shit they aligned with. So when you got Trump coming out as soon as he wins, talking about, listen, America is only going to recognize two genders, male and female. Oh, we clapping it up for shit like that. We clapping it up for shit like that. We clapping it up when he appoints someone like RFK to be the head of Health and Human Services. Okay? Although they're trying to talk shit about him. Oh, RFK is a conspiracy theorist and he's against vaccines, as he should be. As he should be. And now maybe we could talk about it out loud instead of feeling like our fucking platforms are going to be shadow banned and demonetized because we want to talk about the truth. Maybe now with these guys in place, you know, because I've definitely, you know, been subjected to that. Nobody told me nothing. Nobody told me that I was shadow banned on IG and shadow banned on fucking YouTube, but magically, you know, people are not getting my alerts and they're not seeing my videos the way they used. You know, what the fuck? And when they try to even follow me, these niggas is telling them, "Are you sure you want to follow this guy?" Oh, it was crazy during COVID. It was crazy. Yeah, he's been known to say some crazy shit. Basically, he's been known to spread information, misinformation, and shit like that. Yeah. So hopefully now we could at least get some truth telling, you know, back on the table without feeling like we're going to have reprisals. Because yes, you're right. I did take a risk coming out against Kamala and the Democratic Party. And let me just say those views of her and all of that were my views. Maybe I was a little hard on her because she was the face of this. She's the one that they put up in the front. So we got to go at her. And she was doing such a horrible job. All this, you know, trying to arrange the perception, you know, that seemed very disrespectful and disingenuous. At every turn, you're trying to arrange the perception. You know, you want us to believe that she's black. When Candace Owens shot holes all through that shit. And you could talk shit about Candace Owens if you want, but she did an excellent fucking journalistic job when it came to showing and proving this woman's lineage. You know, we ask you questions directly and you just will refuse to answer them. Like, what are you going to do about the economy? Well, you know, I know gas is high and, you know, food is high and, you know, we got to get it to a place where it's not high. And we asked you, what are you going to do? Like all of that type of shit is, especially for black men who are known for having quote unquote game. You can't say nothing slick to a can of oil. You can't game a gamer, right? So she seemed to me like that dude that was ready to say anything or be anybody in order to get the pussy. Oh, she likes consciousness. Yeah, let me get on my conscious shit right now. You know what I mean? Let me get on my, you know, I'm gonna hit her with some hotep shit right now. That's gonna get me the pussy. Oh, she's on some street shit. Yeah, I'm gonna talk some hood shit to her.
Yeah, he's you know, they're muting his language, I mean, or bleeping it out, but he's you know, some people talk a little street, you know what I mean, but he's speaking truth. He's saying everything, honestly, is like we have the same mind is the words he's using, but like we have the same mind.
You know what I mean? Oh, she's a white girl. Let me be not less threatening to her and show her that I can.
Great analogy.
Huh?
Great analogy.
Right. So when she got in front of different types of people, she would morph into different types of whoever she was in front of. Just like a nigga that's trying to get the pussy. And he'll say whatever he got to say. Just give me the pussy. You know what I mean? And what the analogy is really like, right? Because we as black people was that broad that the Democratic Party would call at 3 a.m. to get some pussy, and we would always answer. You know that girl, right? You don't have no respect for her, but you like, yo, I'm gonna call it. Oh, got these morals in the 11th hour. They couldn't believe it, and they was just ready to say anything. And it was like, nope, nope. I'm newly celibate. Sorry. And all the shit they were saying just didn't work. He's a bad guy. He's a bad guy. No, I feel like your shit is worse than his shit. You say he's a racist, but Planned Parenthood, the Nazis literally modeled their eugenics program after Planned Parenthood. So y'all want to talk about racism, but y'all are embracing a organization that was championed by Nazis. Yet you're mad that certain white supremacist groups support Trump. Listen, I can't control the people that like me. Despite what you believe, Art, there's people that watch your channel and support it that are about some shit that you don't agree with. You dig? But does that make you a reflection of them? I mean, for the most part, your channel is gonna have people that are in line with what you're in line with. But there could be certain things that people with about you that you don't necessarily with everything that they with. And I feel like that's what happens with Trump. Yeah, a lot of these white supremacist type of motherfuckers with Trump. But guess what? We might have some of the same values aside from their racism. We might have some of the same values as these people that you're calling racist. Because I don't think they want to see all these abortions. I don't think they want to have, all these transgender, play along with these transgender games and act like a man is a woman and a woman is a man when it's really not. I don't think they want to see, dick swinging in the women's bathroom in front of their children and all this type of shit, and having their wives feel unsafe in spaces that they usually feel safe in. Like, I think a lot of us can agree with that. But now they might hate black people. You see what I'm saying? Now they hate black people, but all those other things we agree on. You see what I'm saying? All those other things we agree on. But they hate black people. But guess what? A lot of black people hate black people. So now what? Now what are we saying here? Now what are we really saying here? So now, at the end of the day, it's selective outrage. You want to be outraged by one thing, but not another. I literally had someone tell me, oh, well, something that started bad could be used for good. How? Used for good? How? Stop it with all this shit about, the life of the mother and incest and rape. Yes, we understand that. But that is such a minuscule number when it comes to the amount of abortions that happen in this country. Millions of abortions every day happen, especially to black women. And then they'll say, all these people, maybe they're not fit to have children. Well, then don't. Then don't.
He's rough. I can read lips too well. I'm just saying. But I did catch a comment saying, where is Kamala lately? World War III happening and she's MIA. I haven't seen anything on Kamala Harris. I honestly don't know what is going on with her. I mean, they were saying that they might ask Joe Biden to step down and put her in for the latter part of the president. I don't know. I just don't know what they're doing. I'm in prayer mode. Continue to pray because the evil powers that be don't want to give up lightly. When they were very nice about, we want to have a peaceful transition. It's like someone who treated you really nasty all of a sudden is out of nowhere being nice to you. You're like, wait a minute, what's up? That's cause for you to go, something's not right here. You can't trust that. So they're up to something. they are up to something. And also, yeah, I just wanted to bring that up because of a comment, and I think that's a very good thing. I need to find out what's going on with cackling Kamala. But this man here is speaking a lot of truth. He is speaking a lot of truth, because I think a lot of people are seeing that now. A lot of, and they kept mentioning it throughout the campaign, that Black men, it was about 22% of Black men that voted for Trump and 8% of Black women, which means total of 30%. So that's a chunk of the Black electorate. We still, vote overwhelmingly Democrat because they got us up in our feelings, making everything about race and thinking that you're a victim and all of that. But that's a big chunk. So people are waking up. People are not falling for this anymore. People are also, or do not believe the media. They don't trust it. I even had someone in my family text me, and she said, "Do you know anything about Matt Gaetz? I don't know what the media is saying is true." People are questioning that now, and they're starting to get their information from alternative sources. So, yeah, it's great. It's great, and I think that's a good thing. So let's continue to watch this.
Go with this 4B movement that y'all talking about. We could talk about that stupid too, but why is murdering a child the option instead of all other that we could be doing? Like, why do you feel like murdering a child is some sort of right and some sort of health care? Because it's not. They gamed you into a eugenics program. This woman, Margaret Singer, said niggas don't be needing to have babies. Neither does poor white trash, according to her. And
I just want to say, remember to press that like button, guys. Smash like.
Certain people need to be reproducing. And we're not one of them. And so while Kamala Harris went on her HBCU tour promoting abortion, I didn't see her going to any Ivy League schools to promote it. Did you?
Nope.
No, because she was doing what that organization intended it to do, which is to target our people. And we want to talk about racism? We want to act like we voted for a racist because we didn't vote for her? Nah, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it, and a lot of people didn't buy it. So either people switched up and voted for Trump, or they abstained from voting, and now the Democratic Party magically lost about 15 million votes.
Yeah, where did all those votes
Where did they go?
2020.
Where did they go? Either you had fake votes last time, like your man accused you of cheating, or you turned so many people off and away that we either with the homie or didn't with you at all. But at the end of the day, you're not going to tell me that Black men and our energy and vibration that we put into this fucking didn't help sway this election. There's no way that you're not going to tell me that. That people like you and I, especially platforms like yours, didn't help to sway this election. And they'll give us fake numbers. Oh, well, 80% still voted for her. Listen, I don't give a well, then that 20% that voted for him had enough sway that we swayed demographics outside of us. So you got to understand, Black people, we the ones, we decide who sits at the cool table. I've said this before. We decide who sits at the cool table. So if we say, nah, he's the guy, she's not the one, everybody feels that. And those numbers are not quantifiable. Those numbers are not quantifiable. Our influence is not quantifiable like that.
I hear what he's saying. And the thing with Kamala too, people can see fake. You know what I mean? first and foremost, look at the current situation, and I've said this a million times, the current situation, how are you doing compared to then to now, and the fakeness, the phoniness. And I was talking to a relative of mine just yesterday, and she said she did not want to vote for either Trump or Kamala Harris, but she felt like he would be better. So she voted Trump. And they live in Alabama, which is like crimson tide red, you know what I mean? And she felt like other countries would not respect Kamala. And I hate that some of those countries probably do have misogynistic leanings. I would just say allegedly they do. But she was also like just a weak person. Forget about gender. That doesn't matter. She wasn't on her game. And I just felt like it would be somebody in the background telling her what to say, telling her what to do. It would not be her. She wouldn't be the president, really. She would just be the image. But with Trump, you're getting Trump.
So you might go by these hard numbers of who actually voted, but for every person that voted for this dude, might have influenced hundreds of thousands of people. I don't know. I know our views. What kind of views we getting, Art, on these joints with us? How many people are watching these? Just one clip.
I'll say anywhere between 100K to 300K.
To over 100K. Real quick. I see joints that's 400,000, crazy shit like that. I see crazy numbers like that. So.
Yeah, 400K. We had a lot of videos doing numbers, man.
We touching motherfuckers. Yeah. So I'm just saying. You can't tell me that, yeah, my one vote, but my influence is stupid. So stop it. You wanted us so bad to before the election, they wanted us to support her so bad. After the election, they acted like, well, you guys didn't really do nothing. It wasn't the black man didn't really do nothing. Y'all full of shit. Y'all full of shit, and you know it. Our voice has been heard, and next time around, you motherfuckers gonna have to contend with us. Instead of thinking you could talk down to us and all this bullshit, you're gonna have to come to the table now and speak to us with respect and dignity, and not like we fucking stupid.
And I gotta say this, I'm sorry y'all for keep pausing, but I wonder if the Democrat Party could say, you know what, we got to take people seriously. We can't just keep saying we're going to do this and do that. Or do you think that they're just too far gone, that they just can't help themselves? They're going to always stand up to play the same games, the same tricks of, identity politics and forcing agendas and things that are evil. Do you think the party is just so far gone that they can't do any better? Or do you feel like they're going to revamp and actually try and do something for the people, seeing how this election went? Tell me your thoughts. I'll tell you what I think later.
Yeah, that's what you're going to have to do. Or else, guess what? Or else, guess what? And y'all all going to have to do this. Republicans, whoever. Green Party, whoever. Whoever wants to f with us, whoever wants our vote. We have been heard.
What you think about her campaign being in it?
Whoa, let's talk about it. $1 billion went to this woman's campaign. $1 billion. And she is $20 million in the hole. I know the fact checkers would love to just fact check and be like, that's a lie, that's not true. Oh, no. They already checked it. You would love to say that this is not true. And the irony that this is the woman that you wanted to balance budgets and decrease inflation.
She caused the inflation.
She spent $50 million just on payroll.
Yikes.
Just giving out money on payroll. Trump spend less than 10. $50 million on payroll. Trump spent less than 10. Y'all motherfuckers was paying for concerts. Y'all were paying for concerts and speeches. 10 million to Beyonce. They gave money to Eminem. They gave money to, Oprah's Harpo got paid $1 million to interview her. But she out here saying that she didn't get paid, but the records are out there. She got paid.
I did a video on that.
See, these paper trails are out there, people. Yeah, she got paid. So as they're showing her saying that, no, I didn't get any money, they're literally showing the fucking receipts on the screen. The video's out there. Yeah, man. It's crazy. Now, what I'd love to see, remember that $50 million phone call that happened? Where especially black women, I think they got 50 million up and the brothers got money up and all this for Kamala's campaign. And then that money just went to waste. Where's the phone call to now help just Black America? Why can't we bring up, drum up money like that to fix the hood or for some sort of social programs so that we can do for self? How was we able to do that in one day for a woman who's a millionaire, who didn't need it, who was gonna get funds from, campaign financing and all this type of shit? They didn't need your little bread, but because you thought she was black, because you believed, she was gonna represent you in some kind of way.
Ooh.
And because she manipulated you by becoming an AKA, great organization, I must say.
I gotta say something after that last comment. He said she manipulated you, pretending to be black and being an AKA. You guys, I don't know if you've seen my video with a thumbnail that says God told me to leave. I was a member of a sorority, the same one that Kamala Harris belongs to, AKA Alpha Kappa Alpha. I no longer belong to it because God told me to leave that organization. I just wanted to put that out there. I feel like I owe you guys parts of me and telling you about who I am so you really know who I am. But yes, I went to an HBCU, a very small one, joined AKA. The Lord recently told me to leave. I left. And I sent my letter and all of that good stuff. But Kamala Harris, it's just so fake. I'm going to play a little bit more of this and I'm going to give you my commentary and I'll leave the full video link in the description so you can watch all of it.
Yeah, y'all got all this bread for her that she spent on concerts and gave away to her friends that she hired, and gave an absorbent amount of money to do a failing job at the end of the day because they didn't win. They failed. I'm not gonna lie to you. I have a theory that initially, they ran her campaign through ChatGPT. They ran this through ChatGPT, and ChatGPT told these motherfuckers what to do. How to doctor McDonald's photos, lie about this and that, Jamar, all of this fucking shit. Yeah, and if you lie about this, and if you try to manipulate the Black community, you'll get them. You don't have to say much. You could just, you know what I mean? You could just say that you were middle class, da-da-da-da-da. But see, ChatGPT didn't take into account the human factor. the human factor of not wanting to eat bullshit.
And we'll end it on that note. I'll put the link to the full video in the description. But I just saw this and thought it would be good to share, to show you guys that more and more people are out here. We are awake, not woke. Go woke, go broke. The fact that Kamala Harris's campaign spent all that money, what is it, 50 million or 500 million on payroll? I think the number was 500 million, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that is a lot of money. That is exorbitant. And just because someone endorses you and tries to drum up support, we don't know if they really voted for that person when they get by themselves and pull the lever, so to speak. We don't know that. We also don't know where Kamala Harris is, where she is right now. What is she doing? What are they planning? What do you guys think they're planning to do? I want to see some comments. What do you think that they're going to do? Do you think they're going to push Jim Crow Joe aside and let Kamala take the helm for the last few weeks so that she doesn't have to certify her own defeat being the vice president? Or do you think something more nefarious is going on? Seeming, well, Joe Biden gave the okay for some missiles, for Ukraine to go into Russia, all that whole missile thing. So I don't know what they're going to do. I think I'm leaning more towards, I don't even want to say. I just don't want to say. But guys, tell me what you think. Yes, it says right here, looks like the majority of Democrats voted for Trump when they got their vote on. Oh, you think they're going to push her in the White House? Okay, that's what Manifest Love says, push her in the White House. Anybody else? What are your comments? What do you think is going to happen? Okay, because they were being too nice when they said peaceful transition. You just can't trust them. The Crook says, trying to save themselves, laugh out loud, trying to figure out how to not spend the rest of their lives in prison. That might be true, because, all the stuff that they try to push off on Trump, they're all hoaxes. Even, and in this video, this man does talk about those 34 counts. All it was bookkeeping. And each time he put legal expense, well, he didn't do it, his bookkeeper did. That was 34 times, and that's where they got it from. It's just crazy. They just made up stuff, changed the law in the midst of it. That's crazy to me. They are this scared of this man. Now, if people weren't crooked to begin with, they wouldn't have to worry about getting found out. Just walk the straight line. Stop trying to get rich by nefarious means. But he might get in there and clean house. And the more the media complains about someone that he's nominating for his cabinet, the better that person is. I want to see what they say about Pam Bondi. I want to see what they say about her. I know. I pray against everything they do. I pray against everything they do. And I just feel like right now that this is spiritual, and I believe it's spiritual. I believe that God is exposing right now. I'm excited. I feel like God answered our prayers, and I believe that God prompts us, his people, to pray the thing that he wants to do. And then when we find ourselves praying that and praying in earnest with fasting, I feel like God is like, he's going to do it. And so don't fret over the crazy stuff they're going to do. Don't fret, but we still got to pray, and pray fervently. And don't forget to smash like, guys. I really need you to smash like, because ever since post-election numbers are looking kind of funny, you know what I mean? So I really need you all to really support me on this channel. And even if you don't get a notification, I push out videos every day, except Saturday. Every day I push out videos, or a holiday, of course. We just got to keep yes, we just got to keep praying, and without hesitation. Don't stop, don't let up, because the devil wants to do all this crazy stuff. And oh, guys, I'm on Locals. Please go to locals.com. I have more exclusive free speech content. I'm telling you, go to Locals. Please check me out on Rumble as well. And it's when you go to Rumble, type in ChatWithMeLindaB as one word on Rumble. Type it in as one word. And the information is in the link in the description below. Everything's in the description below. And follow me on Locals, please, because X, Instagram, TikTok, all the places, but really go to Locals to find exclusive content. I got a really good video out there on Locals that I posted today about Oprah Winfrey. I think you're going to want to check that out. But yes, thank you guys so much for supporting me on this channel. I'm still trying to get to that 100K subscribers. It's getting a little difficult, but I really appreciate your support. Again, I'm going to put the link to that video in the description so you can watch the rest of it. But you all be blessed. Love God, your families, these United States of America. And as I always say, march on, warriors. You guys